Okay, let's the season previews continue. Just before we do this, Brian, it didn't happen in my generation.
Yes.
Great song, Daddy Cool. We've spoke about the background with Elton John. The Pants Down phenomenon.
I've never seen it.
I've never seen it.
I think it's a Northern Beaches go.
Yeah.
You know, what they're like. What do you blokes get up to down in the
No, we've
Shire?
never pants down on this.
I remember it was the Radiators. You got me screaming at 100 degrees. And then you'd say,
You give me...
ha!
You give
Yeah,
me-
that was my go. That was
And
my one.
after all, we did a preview.
Give me...
This is a little bit of a jewel in the rough. This is one of the hard teams to catch.
Yep.
As I said, last year they teased us. And if you ask anyone, how are they going to go? The Manly Sea Eagles, they'll almost certainly answer, if Tommy Turbo. That'll be the first three words you hear. If Tommy Turbo stays fit is what they'll say. But, Brian, before we move forward, what shall we do?
We've got to go backwards.
2023. 11 wins, 1 draw, 12 losses, finishing in 12th position. So closer than you think, but the context in all of that, they flew out of the gates. Only 3 competition points separating the Seagulls in 12th and the Roosters in 7th. They did not win more than 2 games in a row. Tommy Turbo, 10 tries from 11 games. And it was a shoulder injury that got him in the end in that origin, which got the Blues ultimately as well. Off-season news, Shane Flanagan left to coach the Dragons, and he's claiming the Manly signed him for a massive year. They've re-signed Hamoli Olakawatu to a 7-year extension. I can't get around that, but I love the player Olakawatu. In February, they re-signed Ben Trebojevic, so that was a few days ago, for 3 more seasons. And last week released Christian Tuipulotu, and Nathan Brown, as a result, has been promoted to the top 30. Arrivals, Luke Brooks, Tommy Talau, who I'm a big rap on that young fellow, left centre. Jackson Paulo comes from the Chooks. Corey Waddell, who I also like, he comes from rookie via Belmore. Mick Ennis adds to the coaching staff. They lose Samuela Fainu to the Tigers. Kelma Talangi and Morgan Harper head to Para. And I did say this time last year, I'm a big rap on Kelma Talangi, but you worry about those players who have quickly changed clubs. He's a strike weapon, Talangi, but he does have defensive issues. KO Weeks goes down to the Raiders. Sean Kepi heads to the Burrow. Thoughts?
It would be great if you're a Manly supporter, if DCE just said, "No, that's it. I'm just going to concentrate on the because he's the man."
Yep.
I know Luke Brooks is going to take a little bit of pressure off him. Tommy, obviously he's very, very good, but I think it's Daly Cherry Evans. He's the key to this side, and you can't have him going away for that long because, as we've seen, he's getting older now. Well, he's 34 this year. And it's a big ask to ask someone to give up Origin.
But is it, when you're paying them so much money, are you entitled to have that conversation? And James Tedesco's in the same boat.
I'm sure they would be, but you don't want to get your player offside, do you? You don't want to upset him?
Would that get you offside? If I'm the coach, if I'm Trent Robinson or Anthony Seibold, and you're obviously DC or Teddy, and I say, Brian, that's your nickname, if you're Teddy or
I'm
DCE. Mate, I know how much this means to your Origin. You have represented at the highest level.
Is this Dale Carnegie now?
Yeah.
Well, give me something. Give me something. You got to make it was my idea.
Yeah. There's no doubt about you, Brian.
Yeah.
DCE, Teddy. You're going to go down in history as one of the great players to have ever played the game.
Yeah, thanks.
And what about I propose this to you? Would you think about this, Teddy, DCE, putting the club first? You're the captain of this thing. We need you to win this. Without you, it's so much harder. Top 4 might rely on this. Top 8 might rely on this. And if we get ourselves in a position, and maybe State of Origin does need, you know what State of Origin is like? They don't just use 17 players, high turnover. Do you remember Alfie Langer? Do you remember the greatness of Andrew Johns?
I do.
That could be you out of a telephone box with a cape on, with Madge Maguire going, Teddy, we need you. Or Billy saying, DCE, please come back for one more game.
Coach, what are you saying?
Legacy.
Hit me straight. Just hit me straight between them. What are you asking?
I just want you to commit for at least the first Origin for us.
So what are you saying?
We need you.
What does that mean? You don't want me to play Origin?
You can play Origin.
Okay, sweet. I'm done. I can play?
But people will forget Origin, Brian. They won't forget you leading us.
So you don't want me to play Origin?
My preference, and your teammates, by the way, they're the ones coming to me. saying that, Brian.
You'll be getting a call from my manager this afternoon, Coach. No, I think yes, that was a telling argument. Yeah, I think it's if DCE he is the key to this, and if he steps down for Origin, I know he won't, and nor should he have to.
Yeah.
Much better chance for the mighty Sea Eagles.
Yep.
I've got him in my 8, by the way.
Daly and Teddy. Can I ask you this, boys? Well, let's just talk to Teddy. See that bloke over there? That chiseled bloke over there who just keeps winning competitions? If we said
Nathan
to him,
Cleary.
He's the Mahomes of the NRL. Nathan Cleary's his name, his father, of course. We know him as well as Ivan. If we had said to him, Nathan, remember that grand final that you starred in, and you took this game to uncharted territories, one of the greatest games of all time. If you had the opportunity to give that back for a Blue Series win, would you take it, Nathan? What would he say?
He'd say, no way.
No way.
No.
He wouldn't do it.
No.
So, Teddy, you can be Nathan on the biggest stage. We need you, mate.
I was Daly before.
Yeah, but
my DCE now.
you're DCE.
Nah.
Yeah.
Teddy won't be. Teddy will be fullback for New South Wales. He'll have one of his best years he's ever had.
Don't doubt that. Don't doubt that. Luke Brooks and Daly Cherry Evans halves partnership. But here's Daly Cherry Evans on the man they call Tommy Turbo.
Speaking of Tom, what do you expect from him this year?
He's going great. He's obviously fit and healthy. He's been training for ages now. He was fine by the... He's flying, mate. I can't wait to get out there and play alongside him again.
Yet to play in a final, Lukey Brooks. So this is the time for him. The bloke's jersey who he's primarily taking is Josh Schuster's.
Yes.
The end of 2024, Brian, what are we saying about Josh Schuster? Is he at Manly? Has he responded in a major way? Where's Josh Schuster's future lying?
I'm hoping he does respond because I think he is a very, very... He's great to watch. I love watching him play. I do have my reservations about him playing in the forwards in the sense of what I saw he did last year, defence-wise. And teams have worked it out. Teams do a lot of videos. They were running on... There was a lot of arm grabbing from him. Maybe him playing closer in the middle with a little bit more support around him may help him, but he's just got to get that game or that part of his game right.
Yeah, but Brian, and I'm not just saying this now, piling in, and in many ways it's not his fault. The poison chalice of being so gifted as a kid.
I know you keep saying that.
You get away with being just being able to pick in all the teams. You've never had to graft away.
And maybe early in his career, that's when he's only 2 years into his first grade career.
Yeah, I know.
So what I'm saying is maybe then the penny has dropped, and he says, well, I'm not going to be able to make it just on talent alone. I need a bit of hard work.
No, but like this time last year, he missed out on the World Cup trip or whatever it was.
Pulled out
to have a massive year.
Yep.
I just think it's really hard when you've had it so easy for so long.
I know where you're coming from with that, but I'm thinking now he's a little bit older. He's realising how hard first grade football is. The NRL is very, very tough.
Bryce Cartwright got it done.
Yeah.
Maybe he can.
Well, yeah, Bryce Cartwright came back to Parramatta and had his best year he's ever had.
Yep.
So sometimes the penny does drop and you realise, okay, I'm going to have to work a little bit harder.
Okay, we've got to break SEN NRL tipping thanks to Ream. Win weekly prize and a major prize of NRL Grand Final experience thanks to the brand of hot water that comes on steady, hot and strong. Ream, visit nrltipping.sen.com.au. Join the Jimmy Smith League by just ticking the box when signing up.